Today I am going to review and compare the two microphones from Tonor, the Tonor TC30 and the Tonor TD510. Both are budget-friendly microphones, while the TD510 is slightly higher in price, aimed at gaming, streaming, podcasting, and online content creation in general. But they are actually very different in terms of design, features, and sound. So in this video, I will be walking you through what you'll get and how they are built, how easy they are to use, and most importantly, how they sound, so you can decide which one is right for you. The Tonor TC30 first released around September 2020, and then the Tonor TD510, often referred to it as 510, but I'm going to refer to it as TD510 anyway for the sake of this video, so it'll be easier to distinguish which one I'm talking about. So yeah, the dynamic microphone was released around later in May of 2023. So yeah, it's been around for a little while now. So keep in mind, these microphones are different types, so depending if you want a condenser USB type of microphone, then it's perfect for you, or if you want a more slightly better approach with dynamic ranges, volume control and everything, maybe the dynamic microphone might be for you. With the Tonor TC30, there's 4 different categories that you can get, but if you're getting the standalone version, you get obviously the mic itself, the shock mount, a pop shield if you want to get rid of the explosive words, and obviously last but not least, the mount for the microphone as well. Now of course you get a USB cable, but it's already, as you can see here, it's already on my arm stand as well. So yeah, so that's that. Now with the Tonor TD510, also comes as a full package, but there are 4 different categories that you can get, but if you choose the standalone version, most likely you will just get the microphone. So this time I'm just gonna hold it in my hand, because this didn't really come with any holding stand, so I'm gonna probably most likely have to place it on my arm stand anyway. But apart from that, yeah, so this is what the mic looks like. It's got even the gain control on the mic itself, and also the mute button as well. I believe you can use these functions, but I believe it's only on the USB version. I'm gonna have to double check the manual as well, just to make sure I'm saying the right thing. But yes, I believe you have to use the USB to use these functions. I think if you're using it on the XLR wire, it will probably have to be managed by your audio interface or some sort of interface that uses XLR connections. So that's that for the microphone, and it comes with XLR cable. This one feels very good. I'm not sure how great it is, but we'll give it a test and see what it sounds like in my audio interface. And of course you get the USB cable, so we'll give that a go as well. And then you get the manual as well for extra instructions how to use it. And so that's pretty much everything that you get. Do excuse me from behind here, that's just my paintbrush tool. It's not included in the video. Now let's talk about the design and build of these two microphones. Now design wise, these two microphones have a different look on them. The TC30 has a compact design, clean design. It's mostly plastic, and which is expected of this price, but it feels solid enough for desk use. The shock mount, which is this thing here, and the pop filter, which is over here, Does help reduce vibrations and plosive sounds, and it doesn't take up much space on the desk. Now, on the other hand, TD510 looks and feels more of a professional broadcasting microphone. It has a heavier, more solid build, and is designed to be used on a boom arm or a stand. It also features physical buttons on the microphone itself, which makes it obviously feel more hands-on and studio focused. So keep in mind, you can obviously use the up and down gains and also the mute button, but I think this only works if yeah, so the up and down gains works only on the USB modes when you plug it into USB and obviously directly to your computer. I've noticed it only works on those modes, and also the mute button as well. I think on the XLR cable it doesn't work as well, so just keep that in mind. So if you're using it on the XLR cable, you obviously may have to operate that on anything that uses an XLR connection. All right, so now we're at the setup and compatibility section now. So I'm going to show you how to set up both of the microphones. The setting up part is pretty straightforward and easy, but then again, there are some differences. Keep in mind, for both of the microphones, when I do the testings and the recordings of them, I am going to use the TC30's stand, because obviously with the TD510, it didn't come with the desk stand, so I'm just gonna use that just to compensate for this. And when it comes to the boom arm stand, I'm gonna obviously test it as well, with both of the mounts, both of the microphones being mounted up on the arm stand on my desk as well. TC30 microphone is completely plug and play, and it only can plug it through the USB port. There's no drivers, no software involved. Just plug it into your PC and Mac and select it as your input device, and you're ready to go. It perfectly works with apps like OBS, Discord, Zoom, and Audacity, which I'll demonstrate it right now. So yeah, here's the USB-C to USB-A. I did got this through the microphone for the TD510, so I'm just going to use the same cord as I got it already on here, the TC31. But yeah, I'm just gonna use this one, and you plug it in straight away into the back of the microphone here, and you can plug it straight into your computer like so, and your computer should detect it right away. So once you're on the computer, all you need to do is obviously go to your systems. For me, I'm using Windows 11. And what you do is go down to your sounds. So that's there. And then once you're there, you can go straight to your input where it says input here. And then you should see your microphone, Tonor TC30, and it should be listed right there. So you just tap it on there, and it should be linked. But if it's not selected, if it's selected somewhere else like your stereo mix, all you need to do is just tap onto the microphone and make sure it's highlighted on the bullet points, and that's about it. And you can fiddle around with the obviously the volume, so you can turn it up to high or low. They said the best practice for microphone, so it doesn't distort too much, is around 70% or 3/4 away from hundreds. And that's it, and that's pretty much your Tonor TC30 microphone is set up now. And now as for the TD510, it's also a plug and play when used through the USB. And just to save me a little bit of time, I did plug it in through the back. Obviously, as you can see, it's already plugged in. and but obviously it has more options. You get onboard controls, and plus a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is on here as well. So yeah, for real-time monitoring, if you want to monitor your vocals, you can do so. And if you want to upgrade later, you can obviously connect it to the XLR, to an audio interface or a mixer, which I'm going to demonstrate in a hot sec. So I got myself a Focusrite about a year or two ago. I've been using these type of interfaces for a pretty long time now. But yeah, so I'm gonna basically give you a demonstration of what it sounds like. Both of the microphones being mounted both on the desk and also on the boom mic stand as well. Alright, so back with recording with the TC30 mic. So it's on the desk here. This is recording straight with no pop shield or the foam covering for the microphone. I'm just recording it straight away like this. Now I'm going to move closer to the mic so that you can get a better audio from me as I'm recording this. And yes, and this is as far as I want to be before it starts to clip into the audio recording. So now I'm gonna go back a little bit and back off from the mic, and this is where it's at with the level of the volume level. Okay, so I just put the foam covering for the mic onto the mic, and it looks just like this. And basically I'm just going to sit the mic down on the desk, and I'm going to go close to the mic so that you can hear how loud the mic gets. And basically I'm just going to speak it to the mic until I'm absolutely close to the mic. And now I'm going to move back off the mic, and this is how it sounds when I'm close to the mic and then when I'm far away from the mic. Does it sound any different? And now I'm going to put the pop shield on, which is, so this is the microphone with the Tonor pop filter, and also the microphone foam. Do keep in mind the foam doesn't come with this particular mic. I had this foam covering for a very long time. I bought it many years ago, but separately. So yeah, so this is what it sounds like. Just gonna put the mic on the desk, and I'm just gonna talk around this proximity so it sounds a little bit far away from the mic, but yeah, so now I'm gonna bring myself closer to the mic, and hopefully it sounds okay. And now I'm just gonna move myself back, and hopefully it sounds a little bit different. Hopefully you're not really picking up too many plosive words, and that is about it. So hopefully that didn't clip too much. So this is going to be recording from the TD510, and hopefully it sounds a little bit different from the TC30. And I'm kind of far away from the mic, like around 5 to 6 centimeters from it. But now I'm going to go closer and closer and closer until I get to very, very, very close to the mic before it starts to clip a little bit too much, and hopefully my voice sounds a little bit deeper or something like that. And now I'm just going to back away, as I don't have any audio monitoring at the moment to hear back the vocals, so I'm going to have to hear it back at post-production. But yeah, let me know, how does it sound? Does it sound a little bit better from the TC30? And if it does, and if you like it, then this might be the microphone for you. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I'm basically doing this all in 48 kilohertz sample rate. So the reason why I'm only doing it in 48 kilohertz is because it's much more easier, and didn't make sense for me to go back to 44.100 hertz since it's not really needed, and you're not going to hear much difference in terms of quality. So I'm just going to stick to 48 kilohertz with every recording. This is with the foam covering for this particular mic. Now I'm going to take it off without it. So this is what it looks like, the microphone without the foam covering. And does it sound any different? So I'm just going to go close to the mic again, And now I'm going to back away from the mic again. So yeah, hopefully it did sound a bit, hopefully it didn't distort too much. Hopefully it stayed relatively inside the volume range. But yeah, that's basically it for this. And now I am going to mount to both microphones onto the arm stand just to see if it sounds any different. Okay, so now this is the recording onto the boom arm. As you can see here, it's going to be on the arm, and I'm just recording like this without the pop shield and the uh, microphone covering. So hopefully it sounds a bit different from the previous recording, and hopefully you're not catching too much of the computer noises, even though the computer is right beside me. Hopefully it's not picking up that humming sound from the computer, and it should be a lot clearer now since I can move this a little bit forward now. Oh, move this a little bit forward to my face. Hopefully it didn't. I was just hoping that it didn't crash. I didn't mash up anything. Just do this. So yeah, so I just moved it closer to my mouth, and now I'm gonna put on the foam covering for the mic, and just slip that on. So now there's not gonna be, most likely not gonna be any like wind noise coming in and out. So recording's gonna be a lot smoother and less noise of wind as I'm moving stuff around. And now I'm going to probably put the pop shield on, since it helps get rid of the plosive sounds. And here you go. So so here's the mic with the full, all of the attachments, with even the microphone covering as well. And now I'm going to switch over to the TD510 and seeing what that sounds like. And now I'm back, and this is what the TD510 sounds like. I didn't really put any sort of filtering for all of the recordings, any sort of effects or anything. This is just straight audio from its source and how it picks up the sound in the microphones. And so yeah, so basically this is how it sounds when it's close up. And so what I'm going to do is just take off the foam covering for this microphone, and give me a second. And this is on the USB mode as well, and I'm going to test it on the XLR as well, so stay tuned for that. But for now we're just testing out the sound, actually sounds in here, just using the USB functions. And so yeah, now I'm going to put back on the foam covering. Now that I want to check out the onboard buttons on the microphone itself. So basically there's two things that I can control, which is the volume for the mic itself and volume for the onboard monitoring. But for now we're just only going to focus on the microphone for now. And I'm just going to press the volume down for the microphone. And yeah, there was no there was no sound coming out there, but now I'm going to press it back up. So yeah, that's basically how you know, fiddle around with the functions of the onboard buttons. And obviously you can mute the mic as well, which is obviously holding down the microphone mute button. So all you have to do is just press the button. Sorry, I get confused a little bit sometimes, so bear with me. But yeah, you just press the mute button and then that's it. You don't have to do anything else. But yeah, that's pretty much of the functions of the onboard mic settings. And now I am going to put this mic onto the XLR, and that's gonna go straight directly to my audio interface as well. And we're back with recordings of the TD510's XLR cable into my audio interface. Now, disclaimer,
every audio interface handles audio differently. So this is going to be strictly from Focusrite because it's the only audio interface that I actually use, and it sounds okay for the time being. I'm not really actually hearing it right now as I'm recording this, but I can see the audio level looks good. It's in the greens, which is healthy, and it's not in the reds, which is obviously bad. So I'm liking it so far. It looks like it's dealing with the inputs and outputs very good, and I'm not having any sort of bad issues at the moment, and it looks like it's going very well. So and that's the ending of all of the recordings. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I did have a little bit of hiccups here and there, but I got there in the end. So thank you for watching this far, and now we're gonna get into the pros and the cons.
So now here is where I'm going to give my pros and cons about the two microphones, starting off with the Tonor TC30 microphone. First of all, it's very affordable. It's around £29.99, so that's like £30 in UK money. It's simple plug and play USB setup, so it's very easy to set up and it won't take you too much time to set up. The vocals are very clear when you're recording, and even when you're live streaming, it's very clear. So for that price point, it's actually not too bad. And it's obviously a full starter kit as well, so any beginner who wants to do recording or any sort of content creation, this is the one consider getting. Now here are the cons. So there's no onboard mute or gain control, so it's just this without any sort of controls, and it doesn't come with a XLR input plugin, so it doesn't come with an XLR plug-in port. So yeah, that's the only downside to that, and it's mostly plastic build, so yeah, it's kind of plasticky. That's to be expected with this price point though. So it's not really designed for professional studio setups, but it's okay for if you want to just do starting up your little live streams or starting up some sort of a recording, whether it's just video editing or whatever, could be the mic for you. Now we're going to get into the Tonor TD510 Pros. This one is USB and XLR connectivity, so you get both of the XLR input ports and the USB-C port. Also, it comes with a jack, 3.5mm jack as well, input, and better background sound noise rejection. So as I was doing some recordings on this, there was hardly noticeable noise in the recordings. Unlike the TC30, you can get a lot of because it's a condenser mic. I can understand why it's so sensitive, where it can pick up a lot of background noise, even all the way from downstairs. Because I live upstairs in a room, and obviously I've got upstairs and downstairs, so sometimes it can pick up noticeable noise from downstairs as well. So yeah, that's the downside of that. But on the Tonor TD510, the built-in mute and volume controls, I've never had a mic that had onboard controls like that, so it's pretty nice to have. And obviously I didn't know you was gonna have headphone monitoring, which is zero latency, so you can actually hear yourself while speaking into the mic, which is kind of cool. So that's all the pros for the Tonor TD510. Now the Tonor TD510 cons. It's larger, much more heavier. This weighs a lot more than the Tonor TC30. Slightly more expensive, so it's about 20 more pounds for this microphone. And as they say, it can be overkill for casual users as well, so keep that in mind. I would say if you're starting off, go with the TC30 for now until you can upgrade to this mic. because there are a lot of different mics out there anyway, but it's a much more improved microphone to the TC30 if you want more depth vocal recordings and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely a solid pick. Now we're in the section of who is it for and price. So the price for the standalone TC30 microphone is £29.99. The Tonor TC30 is ideal for beginners, streamers, gamers, and students, or anyone who wants to better audio than a headset or a laptop microphone without any complex setups. It's simple, affordable, and easy to use. The price for the standalone TD510 microphone is £20 more than the TC30, so it's about £50 all in all for the standalone version. The Tonor TD510 is better suited for podcasters, streamers, creators who want more control over their audio and better noise rejection, and the option to upgrade their setup later using the XLR. And obviously with the XLR you have to use some sort of audio interface or even a mixer. Yeah, so overall both microphones are solid options. It really depends on what you need. If you want something simple, affordable, and plug and play, the Tonor TC30 is a great choice. But if you want more professional broadcast style sound with more features and flexibility, the Tonor TD510 is worth the upgrade. Thank you all for watching. If you did like this video, please give me a like because it helps me out a lot, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.